Hi you guys, welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys where I am on my goals for 2024. So this is the end of quarter one. I'm filming this on the 1st. I'm not sure what day this is going to go up. Once again, I still have like 5 videos planned to film that are ready to be filmed, so it's a little hairy over here. So I'm not sure in what order things are going to be coming up, but here we are all together. So let's jump on in and see where we are. So as I shared with you guys back at the beginning of the year, once again, I followed a May Made It tutorial to cover a notebook and journal. And in here, I have a tabby flab with my goals. We will do a separate video for Project UFO here. I have tallies. Oh, this is where I did a donation of yarn for my yarn stash. I was like, what is this index card in here for? But anyway, so let's just start going down my goals list here and see where we are. I've made notes on a separate sheet of paper, so we'll be doing some looking back and forth, and we'll also kind of jump in on some other information that I have in here to keep in mind this year. So, Project Low Buy. Where am I on my low buy for yarn and my low buy for paper? So far this year, I've bought 0 scrapbooking paper. Also this quarter, I did 0 paper crafting. So there would be a reason for that. Let's not make me look like I'm bald. Well, now that just looks wonky. Oh well. Okay, surround. On my yarn low buy. So I counted the donation I made out of my stash towards my finished objects, just because it is yarn out of my stash. So I'm going to be completely upfront with you guys. There's an extra 10,000 grams of yarn that got donated that is all counted towards all this. And it's kind of intermixed in with some of the other stats here. For every 100 grams I use in finished objects, I get $1 to spend in a new budget. Right now, I thought I was going to be negative for this quarter because my purchase at Zen Garden Yarns. However, because of that donation, finishing the king size blanket, I am in the positive $150.87 for the end of quarter 2. So that is way better than I was expecting to be doing. Next goal, finishing frog UFOs. So far I have completed 35%. I have done 9 out of 26 projects so far that are now complete. So that's actually not that bad. I wish I were closer to 50%, but we do have like 4 blankets on there. And there was something else where I was just like, my brick sweater is just, it's too hot. I told you guys last week it was 101 degrees here, which was like 38.4 degrees Celsius or something. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I kind of dove headfirst into summer sock camp this year, because it's just too hot to work on anything. So, sorry, I got some Pippin fluffs on my nose. But yeah, I'm working on them slowly but surely. I had the goal of I wanted 35 pounds in FOs. So I have 53.8 pounds of yarn FOs / donations. I have 6.32 pounds in non-yarny FOs, which gives us a total of 59.5 pounds of total UFO / donations. So I only have 15 pounds left to go for the rest of the year. I am probably going to meet and far exceed my goal this year, which I'm pretty excited about. Even taking the summer to knit 9 million pairs of socks. 400 greeting cards. I still aimed on like the 36 that I did at the beginning of the year because I did not have time to come up here and make Halloween cards, which I still need to do. And now it's July 1st, I need to start my Christmas cards as well. So 10 blankets. I have finished 3 out of 10 blankets so far this year. Donating 6 shawls. I donated 13 shawls already this year. I want to donate 50 hat and scarf sets. So far I have done 0, but I do have a stack in the room that I did back in March, I believe, February or March, and I'm still working towards that. I think I have like 18 in there, so I still have quite a few left to go. But I'm hoping to get a lot of work done on that here shortly. I have some plans. I have something I want to try to do. We'll see. Donate 5 blankets. I've donated 1 blanket. Actually, I think I'm up to 2 because I did remember that other one. So let me, I have a pen. Cover 5 notebooks and journals. So far, I made 12 journals. So I covered some notebooks. I made some folios. Oh, I just remembered I forgot to send out the Halloween folios with the prizes. Oh, well. My bad. That happened. I wanted to go through and use up 5 12 by 12 paper pads. I have not gone through any paper pads, but I am going to count my kits towards that goal. And I have completely used up 2 paper kits, 12 by 12 paper kits. Same thing, 5 6 by 6 paper pads. I've got a big 0 there for the year. Finished 10 rolls of washi. Again, we got a huge 0 on that one. But once I start doing the Halloween cards, Thanksgiving cards, and Christmas cards, like those will go really, really fast because I use a ton of washi tape doing little decorator things on my cards. Work through 25 balls of bulky yarn. So I have worked a couple bulky yarn skeins as well as donating some. So I'm up to 15 out of 25. So I only need to come up with 5 more of these that I want to use up. And I'm trying to focus on my puzzle and Barcelona first because they're a little bit lighter to handle holding. Just saying. I wanted to make 1 sweater. So far this year, I have finished 3 sweaters. Plus, I just need to put the sleeves in my brick sweater. So that will be the 4th sweater. And I have the plans for a crocheted, long sleeve, beautiful, like alpaca blend sweater. And I have the plans for a fingering weight cardigan on deck. Plus my V-neck top that I didn't get done in time to be halfway done at this point so I could wear it next month. But you need to come to check out the show and tells, particularly cryptids, alarms, and knitting to get the full story on that. 1 color work project. So I did actually finish my Arnie and Carlos stocking. So that counted that goal off. Work into or through 20 out of 100 hanks of fingering weight yarn. So bulky just moves very slowly out of my stash just because it's heavy and I live in the Southeast and it's too hot most of the year to work or wear most of this. Fingering weight, I just am addicted to purchasing because, well, you just need 1 for a project. So yeah, I have a substantial fingering weight stash that I have been trying to work down. However, I have worked into or through 14 out of 20 for the goal. So I'm doing really good on that goal this year. I did 5 into 1 shawl. I did 200 grams into another shawl. I've done 6 pairs of socks so far this year. So I've used a lot of fingering weight yarn so far this year. I have not written my hooded scarf pattern. I keep trying to make myself do that. And I just keep getting distracted. I do have my rough instructions. I do want to make it again using a pattern stitch and probably some of this Vanish Choice out of here or some of my Brava in here. Die cutting my paper scraps. So at the beginning of the year, I was doing great on this. I have kind of slowed down on this just because, once again, getting up here, sat up, getting into a groove to work on anything has been very difficult. My time has been very thin when I'm here alone, or we have the saga of the fire alarm. So yeah, I would like to make more progress on that. Cut large scraps into usable sizes. I've kind of more or less already done that with the paper. Anything that I can cut into, you know, like 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, those kind of things. I've more or less chopped up all my large scraps. We're more or less just dealing with the small ones that need to be die cut into things I'm actually going to use. And then I did add, since I'm on a sock kick, why not make a goal out of it? So I decided, let's put 6 pairs of socks. I've got 10 pairs of socks is the goal. But 10 to 12, you know, 1 for each month maybe. Even though I'm kind of doing them all right now at once. We'll say one a month. I have completed 6 pairs of socks this year, and today is the first. I closed the toe, well, almost closed the toe on my picnic socks, which would be pair number 7. I still need to Kitchener that shut, but I did knit down and do all the decreasing for the toe earlier this morning. So that'll be the first sock out for July 1st, and that takes me up to 7 out of 10 or 7 out of 12, depending on what my final goal ends up being. So I'm pretty excited about all that. Once again, I'm keeping track of all my projects and their stats here. Individual project information is back here. I did not go through and count my ball bands yet. I might do a screen roll up at the end of this video, just because I was trying to make all my notes and get this video ready to go as quickly as possible. I was trying to eat lunch and do this in the living room instead of at my desk where I would normally sit down to do this work, but I do have quite a few in here for this quarter. I mean, not like, you know, some quarters past where, you know, there have been 100 in a quarter, but still a substantial amount. So for this quarter, my yarn usage, so I started the quarter off positive $55, spent $100 at Zen Yarn Garden, which left me at a negative 44. April FOs, $12.13, which left me at a negative 32. Donation yarns was a positive 107. So we ended up at $74.92. May FOs gave me $61.59, mostly because I finished that huge blanket. So that gave me a positive $136.51. And then June FOs was $14.36, giving me a new budget of $150.87. So somehow, even with that big purchase that I made from Zen Garden Yarns, where all of their stock is 50% off. If you have not caught on any of my videos and you're catching this fairly close to the release date, they are retiring. So all of their yarns are 50% off. They dye some really beautiful colorways. So I did spend $100 over there. I have finished 9 shawls. I've got 4 hats done, 5 scarves done, 3 blankets done, 3 sweaters done, 39 cards. Okay, so I was at 39 out of 300 or 400. I covered 1 full journal, then I made 11 folios. I've completed 6 pairs of socks. I have supplies used in 2024, 14 fingering weights, 3 Red Hearts of Impeccables, 15 bulkies. I've completed 6 cakes. I have not donated any hats. I donated the 13 shawls. I have not made or donated dishcloths or mug rugs this year. 0 6x6, 0 12x12, 2 12x12 kits though. I did use up 9 sticker sheets in the first quarter. 0 washi tape. I've donated 2 blankets. 0 cotton skeins, 0 donated scarves. So all in all, I can't really complain with where I am. I also have my project goals in a separate thing here. So quick rundown. This is actually held over from 2023 where we, surprise, moved. So there are a lot of things I did not get to, but I still want to make a brioche cowl. I did finally do a Stephen West shawl. I still want to do a Fair Isle hat, mostly the heart-headed hat or my little cat kit that I got from Blueprint before it became Craftsy again, when they were still selling kits. I want to make a pickle jar hat to go with the pickle jar scarf that's in my Project UFO stuff. I wanted to make 5 projects from books, and I sort of kind of have been doing that with socks, though not necessarily from my books. I still want to make my architecture scarf with the yarn that I got when I was in Washington State a couple years ago. I still want to make an around every corner shawl, which I do have some really nice yarn caked up that might be that. I want to make the Bellatrix shawl from Hannah, that the Cozy something crochet. Anyway, her name just went straight out the... I want to make a candy skull cowl, so I'm still in the hunt for that perfect gray to be the background for it, because I want it to be in gray, and then I want neon skulls. And I have the pattern. I have plenty of neons to choose from, but gray has been the problem. So I did buy a hank from Queen City, and I think that might work, but I still haven't checked it up against anything else. But it is sitting over here in a special place to where I know exactly where it is. I want to make a Hawthorne t-shirt still, and that is a fingering weight crocheted t-shirt. It's a very basic raglan crochet shirt, but it looks really cute, and I really want to make it. And then my V-neck Southern Comforts Fiber Market fade sweater, which was supposed to have been cast on at the beginning of June. Life happened, and here we are. So for July, I do have some projects lined up. I want to start doing some Christmas and July stuff. So I want to do like my Christmas cards. I have a couple Christmas projects. I have socks or yarn for socks caked up and ready to go. I do have 2 other skeins of yarn that could be Christmas socks if I decide I want to continue on the Christmas bandwagon. I would really like to finish those softies that I started 3 years ago during Vlogmas in July. I've decided I'm probably not going to do Vlogmas in July. Today is July 1st. I just don't know that I can do it. As much as I would love to, I just don't know that I have the energy to film myself doing normal things every day and then feel guilty because my life is so boring. I feel like, you know, I joke about things being crazy because we have these just absurd things that happen, like the entire house alarm system going off for 12 hours. But truthfully, most of my time, even when we do have these crazy days, is spent running errands, paying bills, going to doctor's appointments, taking the cats to the vet. Like, they're not exciting things. I'm going to skip Vlogmas in July this year. I still don't really... I did meet a hot pink dog today, but that is one of the few dogs that's let me pet it since we moved here, because almost everybody, like, I don't know, they're just kind of weird when they're out walking their dogs. I'm used to, like, anybody and everybody can be like, hey, good morning, while they're passing each other. And here, if you greet somebody, about half the time you get the New York, how do you do? And the other half of the time, they are genuinely nice people, but they're like in too much of a hurry or in their own headspace. Like, there's no present in the momentness. I did, however, take my socks for a walk finally. So I did walk 4 miles this morning, and I knit most of the walk aside from meeting the hot pink dog. And I mean, if you've got a hot pink dog, you got to let him say hey. So, you know, it could have been interesting to film, but at the same time, I would film something for today and then not have anything for the next 2 days. Fingers crossed. So I'm not going to do Vlogmas in July. I'm just going to continue forward. I do think I have a plan for what I want to do for Vlogmas, though, in December. So look forward to that. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful, fantastic day. I hope this goes up in a timely fashion. I do have a number of other videos that will be coming up, but I'm not sure who's going up when and why and anything else. So I know I'm going to see you in 2 days from now or 3 days from now. Either way, take care until then. I love you guys.